Hi everyone to my channel Moussa-English. Today I'm going to talk and to explain something about the most widespread or the most widespread event in international or in domestic and international news. It's the Ukraine war. The Ukraine war between Russia and Ukraine. As you know, in terms of historical perspectives, Ukraine is one of the most a dependent country of the USSR. What does it stand for? Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Is an economic and political union. Combat maybe it was built or it was collapsed before, maybe before the Second War and so on. Today I would like to explain some words, some vocabulary about war, about military, about some economic and political theory, socialist, capitalist and so on. The reason why I dedicating a lot of times to get some words like that. So let's get started. Our topic or our title of this episode is Ukraine war. Ukraine war. We have a country name and we have war. War is one of the most phenomena of the history over the year. We have so many kinds of war. We have ethnic, economic, individual war, especially about America or United States of America. We have the war between states, is a civil war between the state of America and so on. Here I'm trying to explain some vocabulary about war, especially Ukraine war, as maybe a current topic of news, whether in domestic or international media. First, I would like to begin with the first term or the first concept, war. What does it mean? What does it mean from different perspectives? Historical, culture, economic, political, and so on. But I would like to give you a general or another view about it, a general definition about it. So maybe the war means organized, large scale conflict between countries or national or individual or entities. It's a terms of geopolitical. It's a geopolitical terms entity. So from a geopolitical perspectives. I've just said that war stands for organized, large-scale armed conflict between countries or national or ethnic or other sizable groups, usually involving the engagement of military forces. So when we talk about war, it maybe is meant to be a conflict, but military conflict. It's not a normal conflict, but a military. We have military forces, we have weapons, missiles, we have rockets, and so on. Troop is a singular noun. It means a group of soldiers. Singular is a soldier. Soldiers or fighters. I remember a great idiom in English literature or in English language. Someone said, just like bringing a knife to a gunfighter. Is a good idiom about a troop, about fighters, about soldiers, about military men and so on. After that, attacks. attacks, the singular is attack. Is an attempt, yeah, an attempt to cause or to make a harm or to make an injury to someone or to some country or to some maybe national entity or national groups. After that, we have invasion or invade. Is a great military concept. Maybe invasion is to enter a country with military forces, with weapons. Why? For some economic interest, political interest, and also, so for example, for Russia now, Russia looks for geopolitical issues or geopolitical result. Why? Because Russia want to dominate the west of Europe and is the son of USSR, United of Soviet Social Republics. The verb is invade. Invasion or invade. Invasion is a military action. It consists of an armed forces of one geographical or geopolitical entity entering territory controlled by another country, another entity. Just you need, and you bear in mind, invasion is a military, is intended to specific vocabulary, to specific terminology about war, about military and so on. Shooting is to fire, is an activity of firing. I mean to fire with a rocket, with missile, with ballistic missiles. Shooting is very important because it has so many meaning and so many definitions. Shooting mean to take some like a cameraman or to take some maybe big videos or something like that. Withdraw is to take back, or to pull back, or to remove something. Especially here, we could say, in terms of Russian and Ukrainian war, Ukraine, maybe military Ukraine forces withdraw from maybe the west of the country. Maybe it's obvious. Conflict is a clash or disagreement between individuals or between groups or between country or anyone or any given groups of people. Damage is injury, is maybe anything that could harm, or that could hurt our existence, our profits, or something like that. But damage here maybe means damage is all the impact of war, impact of fighting and so on. Sorry, it's obvious. Damage is the contrast of profits and damage. Damage we could waste. We could not be vanquished. Leader is the people who lead the country. For example, about Russia, we have a Putin. Is a huge leader. Whether in terms of diplomacy, in terms of international economic, and so on. Leader. Contingency is the act of being or the situation of being contingent. Something that happens suddenly, that comes suddenly. We don't have previous attention or impression about it, about something or about any happened situation or anything about it. Military collapse is a great concept about war. When we talk about collapse, we talk about a broken situation. We talk about removing something, and we talk also. I forget a great synonym here collapse is maybe I forget the great meaning. In all cases, collapse is maybe break apart or fall down. For example, we could say the union of Soviet Socialist Republic collapsed. Collapsed is a present, is a verb, and here we have a noun. Collapse, I mean fall down suddenly. We fall down. We fall down suddenly. Here we have also, maybe I forget someone, the reason behind. The reason behind. Anyone across the world looks for the reason behind the Russian-Ukrainian war. When we talk about the reason, we talk about why. We ask the question why. Why that or this is happen? Why? The reason. We ask the question why. Why? So we look for some answers. The reason behind. Behind, I mean this my hand. This my hand. Of course. This behind. Behind. And the contrast of it is in front of. In front of. Behind. The reason behind. In all cases, and in a nutshell, I'm just covering some concept and vocabulary about war, especially in terms of Ukrainian and Russian war. And as a student, as a learner of a foreign language, you need to be careful. You need to be careful about those concepts, and you have to use them as accurately as you could. Why? Why? Because every day we could. Why is because is a pairs. Why? Because sometimes if you don't practice like that, like I've just done, you get or you will have so many problems in terms of speaking. You need to avoid hesitation. You need you must be fluent without getting stuck and distracted with some ideas and so on. I'm so happy to cover the nut and the bolts of this vocabulary or this topic. At the end of my episode, I would like to dedicate my great and huge salutations for you as my respectful audiences, and I hope those words will be helpful for you and for your learning process. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment in my channel on YouTube, and I'm trying to write down all this in the description of my channel. And thank you so much for bearing with me.